Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to another session, Dorsey's Resource. First, before we get started, I'd like to give a disclaimer. This video is for informational, educational, and entertainment purposes only. Please understand everyone's individual circumstance or situation may be different. It's up to every individual competent person to please do his or her own homework and research regarding this matter being discussed. This information is not to be construed as legal advice. If you need to seek a professional lawyer, consultant, or whomever, please do so at your own leisure. Dorsey's Resource is not responsible or liable for any misuse of this information. These are simply my opinions on the matter. With that being said, all rights are reserved. Now, let's get started. I'd like to welcome everyone. The topic of this video is going to be about Trump securing the Electoral College victory with 304 electoral votes. From what I understand, he had two defectors. I wanted to kind of give my thoughts, my critique, my weigh in on the matter. I feel like when I take a look back, I did take some notes I have with me here, that the first attack that I saw came from Jill Stein, where she wanted to do a recount in three specific states. And I thought something, was pretty fishy with that. And it's funny how right prior to that, some electoral college members were being threatened. Where I remember they were asking Trump at one of the debates, were you going to accept the election results or whatnot? But it's like they're taking it like real serious, where the leftist Democrats don't want to, Hillary doesn't want to accept the results on her behalf, but they were really scrutinizing Trump really, hard. So I find that to be awfully suspicious. And I kind of want to give my reasons. These are like several different basically threats or attacks that I noticed. The second form of a threat was all the which I kind of mentioned already, all the Republican electoral members were threatened with numerous emails, actual letters, and in-person threats too. By the way, there was reports that I received where some of these people were being threatened in their driveways and things, where they received actual death threats, in person. So this is very serious that the Democrats ran this campaign, and Hillary, they accused Trump of being and his supporters of being racist and bigots and being hateful, but yet they're displaying these very same tendencies and things that they were accusing Trump's supporters of, and who she even referred to as deplorable. So I think this is very suspicious. Of course, it's pretty obvious. The third type of attack was the left propaganda that said that Trump only won because of the fake news. So you've seen an attack come from the mainstream media to attack alternative media outlets, because that's like their competition. But nobody really watches the dinosaur media anymore. I've had even family members tell me they don't even really watch CNN anymore, because the mainstream media even admitted Brian Williams with NBC Nightly News actually apologized for some years ago, where he lied about an actual incident that took place. I heard about the green screens with Anderson Cooper and some of the other fake things that actually go on. So they don't want you to actually know the truth, but continue to watch the alternative media, continue to support alternative news that are out there, because you can't trust these people under any circumstances, and this puts up a real big red flag. The other fourth attack that I noticed that came was they blame Hillary's loss on Russian hacking. And, nobody really buys that. I even heard the head of the FBI who that did a press conference about Hillary's email investigation. He even said, James Comey, that this wasn't because of Russian hacking. Even one of Hillary's top supporters, Donna Brazile, who was actually fired from CNN for leaking the debate questions to Hillary, said that she didn't believe that she lost due to Russian hacking. So this is another attempt to basically delegitimize Trump's presidency and try to discredit it. But the people out there voted in massive numbers, record numbers of African Americans, Hispanic voters, Cuban voters, And people voted this time around and said they're tired of this democratic slave plantation. And a lot of the people who voted for Obama, record numbers, show that they changed their vote to Trump. And this was actually evident when Van Jones from CNN actually went to Ohio and interviewed a married couple. And this was an example of this, and he explained the reason why. Lastly, I noticed that there's this propaganda where the mainstream media is accusing these alternative media outlets of fake news, but they go as far as to having Class B or low level Hollywood actors do a commercial where they basically were trying to convince Trump electors to not cast their vote for Trump. And people saw through this as well, that this is another form of propaganda to use entertainment. When they should be focused on entertainment, they haven't studied political science as well as many of us have, and they need to stick with their basically their industry that they're involved with. That they're not experts in political science and trying to basically dictate what the American citizens or the American people want. A lot of them can't even relate to us because understand they have millions of dollars and things of that nature, so they can't relate to the average blue collar worker or middle class person. So that's something to keep in mind. But I just kind of wanted to give my thoughts. I wanted to congratulate Trump. I salute you, Mr. President, our 45th president of the United States. It's now official, and from what I understand, it will be certified January 6th. So this was actually a historical victory. 304 is quite a bit compared to previous elections, and he won fair and square. There's no question about that. People are tired of this democratic slave plantation and the many lies and propaganda and misconception out there. So I want to thank you guys who follow me. If you did take the time to watch this video, please don't forget to like, rate, thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, I'm your host, John Dorsey at Dorsey's Resource. Take care.